She followed love to Lagos, not the quiet kind of love that grows with patience and trust, but the loud kind that promises everything quickly and asks no questions. In her village, they used to say Lagos was a city that could either make you or break you, depending on what you went there to look for. But she never listened. She believed Lagos only broke people who were weak, and she was sure she was strong. Her name was Happiness. Happiness grew up in a small town where life moved slowly and dreams were built with sweat. She was raised by a mother who sold food by the roadside and a father who believed that dignity was richer than money. From a young age, Happiness learned how to struggle with grace. She also learned how to love deeply. That was how she met Kelechi. Kelechi was not rich, but he was steady. He was the kind of man who planned before he spoke and worked before he rested. Together, they dreamed out loud. They imagined a small shop, a modest home, and children who would never lack love even if money came slowly. They struggled together. They failed together. They grew together. But somewhere along the line, Happiness started feeling tired of together. Every evening, when she scrolled through her phone, Lagos stared back at her. Bright lights, designer clothes, soft voices talking about soft life, old classmates posting photos in expensive restaurants, claiming success, claiming happiness. That was when she met Tund. Tund didn't talk about struggle, he talked about speed. He didn't promise growth, he promised comfort. He told her, "You're too fine to be suffering like this," he told her. "Life is short. Why build when you can enjoy?" When he said, "Come to Lagos," it sounded less like an invitation and more like salvation. Kelechi begged her to wait. He asked her to be patient. He reminded her of the life they were building. But patience doesn't shine like luxury. One morning, Happiness packed her bags. She told herself she wasn't betraying anyone. She said she was choosing herself. She didn't look back when Kelechi stood at the roadside, silent, watching the woman he built dreams with walk away without tears. Lagos welcomed her loudly. For the first few months, life felt like proof that she made the right choice. Expensive dinners, late nights, new clothes, new friends who laughed loudly and asked no questions. She moved into an apartment she could never afford on her own. Tund paid for everything. But Lagos has a way of collecting its debts slowly. She began to notice things. Tund's phone never stayed on the table. His promises changed with his mood. His kindness depended on her obedience. When she asked questions, he laughed. When she complained, he reminded her where she came from. "You think this life is free?" he once asked her. Nothing in Lagos is. The love she followed began to feel like a transaction. Money replaced respect. Silence replaced affection. Fear replaced peace. The friends she made disappeared when the bills became heavy. The luxury started coming with conditions. And slowly, without realizing it, Happiness lost herself. One night, everything collapsed. Tund didn't come home. His phone was switched off. The landlord came knocking. That was the night Happiness learned the truth. Tund was married. The apartment wasn't his. The life she was living belonged to someone else. By morning, the lights were gone. By evening, the doors were locked. By the end of the week, Happiness was alone in Lagos with nothing but shame and regret. She tried calling people she once ignored. No one answered. For the first time, Lagos was quiet. Hunger humbled her. Loneliness broke her. Reality taught her lessons she ignored. Weeks later, she returned to her village. But villages don't forget easily. The same people who once admired her now whispered her name like a warning. The house she left with pride welcomed her back with silence. And the man she abandoned had moved on, not with another woman, but with his dignity intact. When Happiness finally met Kelechi again, he didn't insult her. He didn't mock her. That hurt more. Because sometimes, the absence of anger is the loudest judgment. Years passed. Happiness rebuilt her life slowly, honestly, painfully. She learned to work again. She learned to wait again. She learned that shortcuts don't shorten pain, they delay it. And whenever young girls asked her about Lagos, she told them this: Lagos doesn't destroy people, choices do, and not everything that shines is. Gold, she followed love to Lagos. She left loyalty for luxury. Years later, she paid the price. And if you're listening to this story right now, remember, some lessons are expensive, others are fatal. Learn from the ones that aren't yours. Watch till the end. This lesson may save someone you love.